Hey, welcome back, Open Monday Conversation with Akos and Friend. Today we are back again, and then today we are talking about sensitive topic about what our children have been taught at school and different between their gender identity. So, is
I don't know. It won't do.
yeah, as a Christian person, we are very torn in this situation.
Yeah.
So we are very torn about this situation. So we all parents in this panel, and I don't know how you feel about the situation. Personally, I think it's too early for school to be teaching children from primary school, children about the gender identity. They can say one day, my child come home and say, "Mom, oh, do you know the same? And I can wear a dress if I want to." And I find it all wrong. Not because I'm saying what the child can be is wrong, it's how they're teaching them at that age. I think we need to let children develop, children to grow, to understand the situation. Now we are putting this situation on them. They can't be children anymore because they're already confused. They have so many things going on in their head about how to respect children, a parent, about how what a parent can touch them, their privacy. Now you can't shower your child age of 8 because I want my privacy. What do you know about privacy? In my opinion, no. They're teaching them for outside them, but then it's affecting me as a mother not to go in the shower room with my child age 8. How can I scrabble the armpit? They're smelly. So I need to do that. And again, you are throwing back about them dressing like dresses to school. I think it's too much. This is why we have a lot of mental health issues in this country, personal opinion. But I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Okay, for me, this one is it's a huge topic, and I think anything in excess is not good. Yeah. Anything in excess is not good. By that I mean, if you allow a child, like if you allow them too much freedom, they take that rope and run with it. If you give a child too much freedom to do whatever they want to do, they're going to do every child, I believe, needs boundaries. And that's why they have parents, right? And as a parent, you are there to guide them. I understand wanting to give your child and to be entitled to a choice or to even have an opinion on something that's going to shape and thing in their lives. But as the parent, you are the one who's there to guide them, and you see the pitfalls before they do. They can only see what's in front of their nose there, right? They can't see in the future.
Yeah.
All children are like that. And if you don't create any boundaries with children, you are never going to be able to guide them to live in society properly or to integrate with other people well in society. So you find you've got kids who not just sexual identity, but like I've got a child who's British, but I'm African, yeah. So she has to fight between the fact that she's from Africa and she's British. So there's that. I'm this today. Identity. I'm that today. And where do I really fit in as an individual? They've already got that issue going on without adding their sexual preference or who do they identify themselves as. People who are lost and confused are those people who are constantly questioning things. If you think about it, I mean, I honestly, hand on heart, this is just my own perception. Most people who identify as gay have had a massive trauma happen to them, and then hence have chosen to become something else. I will give you an example of myself. This is why I'm saying this on a YouTube podcast, because I remember as a child going through this kind of trauma and wanting to be.
You wanted to be a gay?
Not to be gay.
Oh, girl, I didn't know that. Are you coming out?
No, I'm not coming out. I wanted to be a boy. She
wants to come out?
I wanted to be a boy because I thought if I was a boy, no one would do the things that they do to me. Like in Africa, in Zimbabwe, we have what is called sekuru, grandfather, and they are allowed to do things to girl children. It mortified me. It made me feel uncomfortable. I hated it. I ended up hating family members because
they come around.
And I wanted to be a boy. And everyone during my childhood thought I was a tomboy.
Yeah.
But it was because I was trying to
not to be a girl, to attract that attention.
Even in primary school, all the boys used to bully me.
Yeah.
Only to find out years later they were actually attracted to me.
Yeah.
And that mortified me. So I believe, but had my mother encouraged me to be like, yes, Sharon, you should be a boy and whatever.
You would have changed at that point.
I would have changed. I would have transitioned. Handle that, I would have transitioned. But now years later,
you'll be regretting
I am the girliest girl. Right? I love my makeup. I love my pinks. I love, not that those are the things that
make a girl. Now already you're correcting yourself.
Exactly.
Because now you can't say pink is for girls.
It's for girls.
And makeup is for girls.
Because color.
So the confusion is already going to us adults.
Thank you. It's already there. So I honestly, the stuff I talk about, and the reason I chose to be on this podcast was because I am not going to speak on nothing I don't know about. That I haven't walked through in my life. I've got a child who's black. I don't have a mixed race child, so I wouldn't comment freely on something I don't know. But this I will comment because it's something I have gone through. It's something I have fought through. It's something I still fight through every day. Children need guidance. It's like, I'm not comparing children to dogs, but when you're walking with a dog, dogs are rambunctious animals, right? They will go into everything. If you don't
touch him, but that's why also you say your dog is not trained.
It's not trained
because you have to train them. Exactly. So children are exactly the same.
But then someone will take that statement that they need training. It's that you're trying to control the child.
No,
it's guidance.
Exactly.
It's guidance because if you let it go, it's going to rip someone's
right.
So you're trying. It's because for me, what is painful and really frustrating is that as parents, our power is being taken away from us from raising our children. We're literally raising our children with our hands behind our back. And our children can actually tell us, no, you're not allowed to tell me that. You're not allowed to talk to me like that. From where? Whose guidebook? Who knows my child? I
birthed the child.
9 months. 9 months is not a long time.
When I decided, the comment was not there with me. Right?
Thank you.
And then
one child was flipping and doing cartwirls in my stomach. I
what about the pain?
Stand and wait and let her do it.
I nearly died.
The pain.
Thank you. And then someone has to now tell you that no, you can't talk to your child like that because you let them have the
voice.
I am not controlling my child. There's no way I could control a child that I birthed. Fair enough. There are some people
who abuse
because I'm going to talk about something I know. I have worked with children in care. I've seen parents who have dropped their parental responsibilities at the drop of a dime because of a partner, because the child had spoken to them in a way that they didn't like, because they thought their child was unruly, without trying to get to the root problem of why that child is acting that way. They've given up their parental rights. Somebody else, the system must look after that child. I don't agree with that. That's another topic for another day. There's so many care homes in this country that I don't believe should be there. People should take responsibility that those 2 minutes you had where you were
having that baby,
where you were enjoying, and that child was there.
But that's not the parents' fault. Though sometimes the government is government. The
thing with this, the thing is that you know what the government something that people forget is that this government is out to make money for itself. They're not out there to say, oh, Akosi's child is a special child, let's look after him. No. If they know that by breaking your child is going to mean that you're going to need a care home tomorrow, where they will charge you more taxes, they're not thinking about your child as an individual.
Because your child depending on how damaged and how
exactly. So we will let you damage them, and then we will. No, it's like a prison now.
Listen, it means it's more money for that company that care.
Yes, which is the government, isn't it?
If your son comes to a care home and he's got ADHD, he's got autism, he's got all these things on the spectrum, right? His weekly allowance is more 6,000 a week
per child that will be given by the government
to
the company for that, to look after that particular child.
5, 6
but when you are suffering with your child at home, no one is going to give you £6,000. So you find that what these children will do is that they will go into these homes where they are all being spoiled. They break a laptop today, they break a PlayStation, they'll get another one tomorrow. And then when they're 18, they're chucked into the road.
The state holds them until they're 21. The state still provides them for them until they're 21.
So now,
at 18,
they're living in their own homes, but they have people who are coming to look after them and still monitor them. It's like assisted living.
At 18, they can leave at 17, they can leave the care home.
Yeah, and then they're going like assisted living. But you have people coming over to check on you.
Until they're 21.
Yeah, I don't want that. But that's what I'm saying is that at 18, really, you're no longer living under an establishment where you go 24/7 monitoring. But what happens is when you then throw them into community, into society, everything that you have been teaching them is not existent because the world doesn't work like that.
Okay, so now what we are talking about now,
it's something different.
It's something different from the topic we are talking. So now my thing is, how old? Because at the end of the day, we might say it's too early, and then because that's our opinion. So and then we want to make it open. So what age do you think, or are you comfortable for your child to come to you and say, Mom or Dad,
I know my child.
I'm going to tell you.
I think I'm a gay.
Yeah.
And then
I'm gay.
I'm gay. I'm lesbian. I'm they. I'm them. I'm whatever. Whatever they name me. Personally, if my child comes to me, whatever age you are, even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18, 20, you come to me and say, Mom, there's something I want to tell you. I think I'm this, and this. Personally, I'm gonna tell you, listen, child. My belief, because I have a belief, and I have a culture, and I was raised in a culture and a belief way, and that is not acceptable for me personally. However, you are still my child and I love you. I'm not going to disown you because you are coming out. But I don't agree with your decision you are making.
But why are you even entertaining this conversation when a child is 6 or 7?
No, at this point,
what does a 6 or 7-year-old know?
At this point, I said,
at any age,
20, whatever age, because
when they're old.
Yes.
Okay.
The child part of it, he's not even allowed to come and talk to me about it because we're not talking about it, right? Because he knows how I feel already. So he only can come and tell me, they say I can wear dress or I can wear trousers if I want to. And I said, well, do you see Daddy wear dress in this house? Right? That's the question. So therefore he knows that there's a difference between mom and dad, right? However, some parents are okay with that. It's up to them individually. I'm not judging you. So therefore, don't judge me when I say I don't agree with my children's decision.
Right.
This is what we have in confusion with the situation.
Yeah.
We have to understand that some people are okay with it.
The way things are.
So it's okay for them to be okay with it. But then don't force it on my child.
Yes.
Or don't force it on me.
Yes.
Like forcing on me like now, if my child go to school, say 18, I'm talking about 18, 19, 20, and then go to the society and say, oh, my mom doesn't agree with me. They're going to say you are being homophobic. I am not. In my belief, say I shouldn't allow it. At the same time, as a parent, I'm not going to disown you, but I'm not going to give you my blessing. Whichever way, because 18, 19.
So if your son comes and says, Mommy, at 18, I'm gay, and I want to introduce you to my boyfriend.
Oh no, because
we're now thinking of getting married.
No, that before you become with a boyfriend, I'm sure you know my reaction.
The thing is, at 18, this kid already knows what your reaction is.
Yeah.
So he's already been trying, experimenting, doing things on the
house,
low,
yeah.
and blah blah blah, searching things on the internet, blah blah blah, without your knowledge, right? And then finally he sucks up the courage to say, "Mom, I'm gonna tell you because I think me and Tom are gonna get married."
You told us so.
Tom has been
Is
my
that the
boyfriend since year 7.
You know what?
That.
Let me please, can I say something on
Yeah.
this? First of all, right? My children, the way how they've raised them, whether it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend that the boy is gonna bring to me, this is not just going to be something they're going to do very lightly. Because in my house it is that strict. I don't want to know if, because I've got boys. So the boys, whoever they're dating, no matter how many girls they're gonna have, you only introduce me to the serious one. All the other ones you're playing around with, I don't want them chilling in my house. I don't even want to know that they're there. Okay? When you are serious, because of the way I've raised you, you only come to me when you are serious. That means you have now thought about it. It is, so when you're coming, you better be expecting me to ask you questions. I'm not going to say, oh, okay, my son, you've brought Tom, Josh, and I'm like, welcome. No. I'm going to sit you down first and say, first of all, I'll ask you, where did you get this from? Why? Because for me, in order for you to start thinking that the same sex as you is a better sex, it means that there's something along the line where you shifted. Now I want to know why you are now thinking this. Because I always think that with everything, the problem is we just think that when someone says, I want this, okay, have it. Okay, sometimes you need to ask them, why do you want it? Yeah, because like, for example, now my 11-year-old, she's telling me that she wants to do a night routine where she's using what, and I'm going to her, at this age, your skin is literally at its best. You don't want to start messing it up by using all these chemicals. Soap and water, you're done.
She's too young.
And she's too young for it. But if I'm like, okay, baby, do it. She's starting at an early age, focusing on the things that are not even necessary in life.
So this is a child.
Exactly.
It's a child.
Instead of you being a child,
teach them at school.
exactly. Yeah. So instead of being a child, you're the same way. If you go to a lesson and they're now teaching you about, do you know that you, Jennifer, you can go out with Jane and you can live together nicely and happily? Yes, they are. There are even some books now where you have got mommy and daddy. It will be daddy and daddy or mommy and mommy.
Even I was shocked the other day. I was watching Papa Pig, which is serious,
yeah.
Right? And then they were talking about, oh, my mommy and daddy are doing this.
Yeah.
And then one of them come, my mommy and mommy are doing in Papa Pigs. In Papa Pig. Because when I have my 14-year-old child, that wasn't there.
Yeah.
But now I have my 2.5-year-old child.
Now they watch mommy and mommy.
They're watching about, which is there's nothing wrong with it. Let's be clear here.
Yeah.
No, you can't say that there's nothing wrong about it. It's because you want me to accept it.
No, let's be real here. Honestly to God,
it's happening.
What is happening, whether we like it or not. No, let's be real here. Whether we like it or not, it's happening.
Yes.
My problem is, let it happening in your house. Let it happening in your
But if it's on Peppa Pig, it's not happening in just one person's house.
That's what I'm saying.
So, and if it's happening in the classroom, it's in everybody's home.
So that's what I'm saying. So therefore, my child is not watching Peppa Pig anymore.
But if they're teaching it in class, then what, your child is not going to go to school?
In the classroom, we don't have control.
No, but this is what I'm saying, is that this is what we're talking about today, is we're saying, I'm against schools doing some of
right.
If we get to an age where it is necessary for you to teach them about periods, about sexual contact, that kind of sexual health, when they're at that age, it's fine.
Yeah.
Primary school, what are you doing teaching my child about mommy and mommy?
Well, because in this country, the youngest child to have a child is 10 years old.
Yeah.
So that's why they have to do that. So because they can't stop at changing it as a law, they have to change it as in the syllabus as well in schools where the 10-year-olds are.
This is what we should be focusing on.
If that one 10-year-old is having a baby, that means he learned to have sex at a very early age. So now they're thinking that nearly all the 10-year-olds are having
instead,
sex
teach the children at that age. Now let's start earlier.
Rather than focusing on why that child is having sex at 10 years old, they're now making it an umbrella thing. But
why not teach the children about periods earlier than you would have? before.
Or teach
Since they're
them.
now all going on their
Or-
periods earlier,
or teach
you now
them.
start teaching that in school,
Or-
at primary school. What does mommy and daddy got to do with
Or
anything?
teach them not to
I
even
don't
have
think-
sex because they're encouraging children age of 10 to have boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be happening, in
No.
my personal opinion. Because what
I don't know.
what did
I
the
don't-
10-year-old know about love?
I don't know whether they're teaching.
No, I
children
asked my
to
child,
have-
I asked my 14-year-old daughter, because we're having this conversation about what age to have boyfriend and girlfriend. And I said, personally, I 18 in this house. If you're not 18 and above, 18 and above, there's no boyfriend, there's no girlfriend. So she's negotiating with me. Or what about 16? I said, hell no. She said, okay, 17. I said, well, I can come 17 and a half. The half is, your birthday is in July. The half is in June. When you're in June. End of June to 10, 18. That's my half. And so, yeah. Because at the end of the day, and I asked a question, number one, what do you need from a boyfriend? And I can't give you because, and this is some of the conversation we need to ask them why they have boyfriend. Because I asked her, what do you need for boyfriend? To just hang around. I said, why are you not hanging around with your girlfriends?
This is why I said in the beginning, this is a big story. This is you know, it's so deep because for me, I just don't think to address what I believe is an issue, right? The structure of a family has been so distorted and so warped, it's mad, right? So where, you know, I'm always saying this to my daughter, I think I've even said it to you, Rudo. The first person your girl child has a relationship that's male is with their father. If that relationship is messed up, that child is going to continuously find
love from mama.
From the wrong people.
It goes back to the conversation we're talking about. Are you in love? In love? The children at that point are confused. Like, if I didn't get this love, because they feel like something is missing. If I didn't get this love, can I find it in so and so?
But then because your question, they and them and he and her. He.
So okay, yeah,
right.
I was going there, right? So if, say, for example, I had a child. I'll give myself as an example. Me and my daughter's dad didn't work out between the two of us. Yeah. So her father is somewhere else. I'm over here with her. Yeah. Because of guilt, maybe I overparent. I let a lot of things slide because I don't want my child to hate me and think she doesn't have anybody in the house. Her dad's not there. It's probably mom's fault why my dad is not here, because every child is going to look for someone to blame.
Yes,
right?
But you can't blame me.
But you can't blame me.
No,
I'm doing my best.
I'm not taking no blame from no child. This is
but because as adults, right, we have failed to co-parent. One, right? So, and the child, it has a knock-on effect on that child, right? If there's more children, well, it's even harder for you now to try and do the job of a father, right, who's absent, and the job of a mother. So now you are stuck in limbo. No, listen, you're now stuck in limbo, trying to be your child's best friend and trying to be.
You should never be your child's best friend.
Listen. You're stuck in limbo because you're trying to be the parent and make decisions, right? Listen.
No.
Let me land. You're trying to be the parent, and because you're also thinking, okay, this kid has maybe lost a lot. Maybe especially if you were really, really in love with the father, right? You're going through your grieving process. You're trying to raise this child now by yourself. Yeah, I'll give you an example. That lady that lives in our area. Remember the older lady.
So,
But with me, right? I think that no matter what you are going through as a parent,
Bruno, listen. I'm not dismissing you. I hadn't finished. Okay. I understand that it's not the case in your situation.
I wasn't talking about anyone's situation. I'm replying to what you are saying.
No, I'm because again, like I said, I don't speak about stuff I don't know.
you don't know, but then
it's so evident in a lot of cases that people will overparent.
that is the problem. That is the problem.
Yeah.
But then how?
But then it leads to why the children are so confused, They don't know their identities. They don't know.
But that's not because of my parenting skills.
Yes. So this is the problem. This is what we're talking about. It's going. If my child wants to be gay, no, I disagree strongly. No, personal opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, let me not say disagree. That's my personal opinion. I'm gonna say no. Yes or no? Because how is me and your dad not together telling you to be a gay?
No.
How is me? No. No.
Unless if the parent that's looking after you, let's say your children are boys, and me as the mother, I'm then abusing the boys. Then they say that they want to become gay. I can understand that, but because for me, I think that if I am doing something that is so terrible to my children that makes them want to be gay,
you're not doing.
That means that
you're not doing something terrible. You're doing something that you think is the best.
Okay, so what about children that who want to be gay?
But were you not raised by your parents? They were doing everything. Actually, not even your parents. Are you not raising your child because you are making decisions thinking that those are the best?
So, Auntie Sharon, if your child comes to you and say, "Mom," now your child is an adult. "Mom, I'm lesbian." What is your personal advice on how you're gonna react to the situation?
If she's coming to tell me that she's lesbian, she's not coming for advice. So I will just. She's my child. The things that are never going to change is the fact that she's my child. I gave birth to her. So no matter what she is, she's gay, straight, whatever she is, she's going to be my child. That's not going to change. So that should never impact on my decision on the things that she says to me. Like she told me, there's nothing I can do about that because the more I am defiant to the fact that the more she's gonna want to do that. So
so as a Christian, not about.
How come you didn't ask me the same question?
It will come. It will come. It's why.
And then as a Christian,
it will come.
And as a Christian, if I am so, for example, say I wanted to come and say to my daughter, listen, I am now going to start dating women. How do I want her to react to that? It's the same way I would have to react.
Okay, thank you. Auntie Rudo, imagine your child. No.
I was going to answer before you ask. Okay.
Imagine your child come to you. You go both boy and girls. They come to you to say, "Mom, I'm gay, I'm lesbian." What's your reaction?
I'm going to tell you now, and I'm not even going to lie. It will kill me. That is the truth. It will hurt me. But I'm not saying that I am homophobic. I just don't want my child. I don't want my child to be gay. I don't want my child to be a lesbian. But if that is what they are saying, Mom, genuinely, and I think that there's no confusion in this decision, and it's not being led by either peer pressure or whatever, and genuinely my child feels that they were born in the wrong body, etc., I will have to man up and embrace it. But the truth of the matter, it will hurt me.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why would it hurt you?
Because
for religious reasons,
for me, because I want my plan in my head. My son is going to marry a woman. They're going to have kids. I'm going to play grandma. This is the way it is. Do you understand?
Yeah,
I don't expect my son to come tomorrow and say, "Call me Janet." No, not after 21 years of raising you, 30 years of raising you, calling you by Mister. When you're 32, you want to come to me and say, "Now I'm a Miss," and you think I'm just going to be like, "Oh yeah, good morning, Miss." The same even when you're at school. Don't tell my child that today she should be. If she feels like she's a cat, we should all address her as a cat.
Are you answering Auntie's question?
I did. I just did.
Yeah. So me, this question to myself personally, because like I said, we have to be open-minded. This conversation called open-minded, and I have to program my brain and advise myself and therapist myself too, because this world we are living right now, it's no longer for myself, and it's no longer for me how I want to raise my children. It's no longer for me about my preference how I want my children to be. So I'm aware. So if my child comes to me to say, "Mom," depends what age you are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, "Listen, let's say 11-year-old child come to Mom. I think I want to be Jennifer." And then
the boy.
The boy. And then personally, and then That is why I said it's a conversation you need to have.
At what age again?
11. So this is why I said the conversation need to be had, and I'm gonna sit Jennifer down and say, okay.
You already calling them Jennifer, so you've accepted it.
He's 11 and he's telling you.
Yeah.
That is not think that you should make a conversation should be had. At what age do you think?
11.
No,
he came 11 to tell me.
Yeah,
because let's say he come from school.
But ideally, what age do you think is
Ideally,
appropriate?
There's never an age, even if they're 32.
You're going to talk to him when he comes.
Yes, because I got to talk about it prior to say my son. You have an option of being a daughter.
Especially living in Brighton, you know it's
possible. But it doesn't mean I have to talk about it. I don't have to come to my son and say, look, you have an option of being Jennifer. You're actually John.
No. Like I don't think you have to direct the conversation that way, but you have to make your child aware.
No, but that's why I said. That's why I said
on the internet.
Imagine he comes in, Mom, I have something to tell you. Let's sit in my room, and then he's doing his finger like that, Mom. There's something I want to tell you, but I don't know how you're gonna take it. I said, what it is? Talk to me. You can tell me everything. We listen. I said, what is it, Mom? I want to be a woman. No, but that's what I'm saying. I want to be a woman. And I as a mother, the first thing I said, oh my God, woman, what happened? Right? And then I need to calm myself down. I have Jack Daniel, a shot. And I said, okay, let's talk. Why? I want to know the reason why it's from John to Jennifer. Yeah. Tell me, talk me through. Why do you think you want to be like that?
So if they give you like 5 reasons, I've always wanted to be this way. I've always felt this way. I felt it in a dream. God told me this is what I need to be. This is my destiny. He's giving you 5 reasons.
Please, can I answer that? Please, let me answer this one. Me, when I go to sleep, okay, I am feeling God is telling me that I'm living in a mansion. My bank account has got 6 zeros at the end. It doesn't mean I wake up tomorrow morning and I'm pissing on all of you because I think I'm a millionaire.
Okay, so
if my son is now thinking that he is now Jennifer because he feels that he's no.
But let's be real. This is me. This is how I'm gonna talk to my Jennifer, my Levio child. Say, listen, I know that's how you feel. However, you're too young. Can we give it time? Let's give it time to see if it's carry on from 11 to 20, and then you still want to. Then we can take it from there.
Exactly. And do you know what another thing?
That is my personal.
And do you know another thing? You actually see how unhappy your child is. So if your child is in the wrong chair,
your response and hers. Yours is very
no. I said no. I said that it will hurt me to the core. Purely because I never imagined life to be like that. It would definitely. I did say that. I said it would definitely hurt me.
No, but you didn't reference the fact that what you do.
Look where we got here.
And then tomorrow you say you want to be John.
Yeah.
I will slap you senseless.
Look at this one. Do you want to talk?
No. And then tomorrow she comes and she's like, you know what? For me, right? We talk about this the sex and the gender things and what they want to be. My daughter is a very soft girl. In class, there's a girl who has either ADHD or autism or something. This girl will come into class, she will knock things off the table. My daughter is supposed to understand, so maybe she's busy writing, concentrating. She will come and snatch the book away from her. My daughter is supposed to understand that this girl has got this condition, so she is now supposed to what? Be understanding of. So she can't feel like, what are you doing? Because she can't react that way because this child has got this. And I said to my daughter, yes, the girl has got a problem, but it doesn't mean that you now have to feel some kind of way to say you want to scream at her because of what she's done. If she comes and spills water on your essay you've been working for 5 days, you have every right to be angry. Whether she has got a medical condition or not, you are allowed to be. But it looks like at the moment, it's the ones who who have a problem, which has been identified and diagnosed, who are now making the children who don't have that problem, they are all supposed to be understanding. If they're both children, no one had ADHD or whatever, and she did that, you'll be allowed to then go, why the hell did you do this to me? Do you understand? But because this child has got this particular thing which is now identified and is now labeled with that, she can traumatize the whole class. But you are all supposed to sit back and take it. That is not real life. Because now when this girl, when she goes in the real world, no one is going to know that she has got ADHD or whatever. So when she goes into a pub and she wants to throw her tantrum or her fit, do you think the people in the pub are going to be thinking, oh, maybe she's got ADHD, let's be understanding. But my child at the moment is in class thinking, oh no, it's okay, I shouldn't feel angry because she's... No, if you're feeling that she has done something wrong, tell her.
Yeah. And this is the problem. And this is the problem. You know, it's a very sensitive subject.
Very.
Because right now, like we were talking about earlier, the situation where we're going to make a point and then we now try to forget our feelings, how we feeling, and then put their feelings across. Do you know I can go mentally, I can have mental issues, but people not hearing my opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody have issue. Everybody's opinion matters, whether it's heard or not heard. But you allow, because society is making us to bite our tongue, not to speak the truth.
No, I understand that we're being muffled,
right?
To speak because there are people
who are sensitive,
and are going through things, and like especially with the LGBT community, we have to understand. Like, this is a separate topic, I think.
Can I jump in on that one?
Yeah.
There is a program at the moment which is very famous at the moment. It's on Netflix. We watched this last night, right? In my head, I have always thought that I don't believe that anybody, this is my personal opinion, I don't believe that you're born and you're thinking, I was born in the wrong sex or whatever. I watched this program last night. What I thought this program was going to go would be to the stalker person, who I thought either is the one who's either going to commit a crime or do some stuff in there. But what it actually did was it made me look at the person that was being stalked. This person was then raped by another man. He then started questioning himself to say, maybe I am gay. So what he did was instead of going to gay clubs, sleeping with different men. But this guy was not gay. He then started dating a trans woman. But then he would also then go and sleep with the stalker woman. The confusion started because the guy was raped by another man. Do you see what I'm saying? Is that so it's not easy for a child to come and say, Mom, I want to change to be a girl. It's never going to be an easy thing for anyone to take. The same way a man who's raped by another man would never find it easy in life. Either they'll be traumatized, or they would now find that actually, you know what, this is a very good experience and this is what I like. Do you understand what I mean? This guy now, even after everything is done, he's put the stalker in prison and whatever, he still goes to visit the guy who raped him. But he's so confused, he doesn't even know. And that's where it ends. He doesn't know.
No. Yeah, maybe he's wanting to get answers from that person.
No, he didn't go for answers. He just went back. It's like, but when we watched it, because we watched it, he wasn't going for answers. It was starting from where it began. So in my head, I'm thinking, this is the amount of confusion that these things would do, and they're not just 2-hour confusions. These are lifelong confusions. So if schools are going to start giving our children options to say you can date a girl and or a boy or a dog next, you can do what you want to do. I think our children have got enough to go through without you throwing these options at them at a very young age.
But I think these debates now they're so far unsaid.
Yeah.
Because the community now is so big. It just used to be gay people, gay and lesbian. Now there's trans people. Now there's cis people. Now there's this people.
Some of them are attention seeking.
It's a lot. Right. And even the flag is
and when does it stop?
Because it doesn't incorporate black people and whatnot.
When will it stop?
I did a 8-year-old child's home. We're having a conversation. So and then we're talking, me and the 8-year-old child having a conversation. I said, do you have a boyfriend or what do you want? Because this girl is growing up with her mom and mom. He called her mom and So and I said, when you grow up, what do you want to be? Do you want to be mommy and daddy, or you want to be mommy and mommy, or daddy and daddy? Her answer was, whoever treat me nicely. And I said, good.
That's a very good answer.
I said, good for you.
Absolutely.
And I said, honestly, from what sometimes I say, as most Africans or most culture people, we need to be open-minded to certain things. That's why I say, when my child come, I need to sit down
and talk to
them and hear them and understand where they're coming from. I am not saying I am agreeing with what you are doing. However, your feelings matters to me.
Yeah. But do you know that in life, most of the decisions you make are actually based on how you were raised?
100%.
Yeah.
So 100%. If you were raised where your mom was being beaten by your dad all the time, you find that you are either going to hate women because you think they're weak, or you're going to hate men because you think they're bullies. So you could have 4 children in the same house and they watch mommy being beaten by daddy. 2 of them will hate daddy, 2 of them will hate mommy. And it all depends, because one child would look at you, like if you've got a girl child, she would look at you, mom, and think, mom, you're so weak. You keep letting this man bully you. That child would never go out. The chances are that child would never go out with a man, because they're thinking men are bullies. All they do is hit women.
That's the point I was trying to make. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to get at. But I think I focused more on, those lone
parents,
single parents,
especially like it will always be a woman, isn't it? And then the way they handle either the breakup with that child's father and how they carry their life on after that will impact this kid. I don't think a lot of people, because of heartbreak, will not focus on the fact that, listen, I've got a child now. This is my life. Let me just carry on and be about this kid. They'll use their pain to then
the thing as a single parent,
confusing this child.
But as a single parent, you can never be. So, for example, me, I can never be a dad to my children. There's no way. I can be strict, yes, but I'm being strict as a mom. And if you're being raised by your dad, there's no way your dad will ever raise you like your mom would have. You can never overcompensate with any of.
But some people try to do that. For example, our friend,
How would you compensate for being a father?
You can overparent.
How?
You can overparent. Like, you can make so many allowances. Like, you can allow them to do things that.
But that's not.
But your dad would have let you do that.
I said you can
overparent. But no, my point.
You're probably thinking, okay, so if I give them these things, they will forget that they need their.
No, overparenting. I understand you can overparent, but my point is that if you are a single parent, like for example now, the way you raise your daughter is the best way you know how. As a mother, you can never raise your daughter as a father. Would you overcompensate because she's not getting the father? Is that what you mean?
No, I don't think that's what I'm saying.
I think, I had this woman, very educated woman, and then he has 3 children. And all the time I was doing her hair, we talk about children. He always mentioned him, my son, my son, my son, my son. The other day, she made me feel, and I told her, do not feel guilty, because she was talking to me, what did I do wrong? I tried to do everything
for him,
and now it's my fault. And I said, listen.
But what's wrong with the son?
Always blame mom for his failure.
Some children are just.
This is what I'm about to say. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes it's not how you raise the child. It's the choice they make. It's nothing to do with
because some children don't want to take accountability for their mistakes, so they're constantly blaming the parents for it. What is the child complaining about that he's saying? Like, now I'm robbing a shop, mom, because why?
So for me,
those are very possible scenarios.
They are, but you find that some of them.
But why do those scenarios happen?
Because children need to blame somebody else. But you find that adults who are like that.
That's what I'm saying is that. When we're talking before, we were saying about kids having boundaries and stuff like that. If you don't implement those boundaries, this is what I'm saying about overparenting. Right?
Yeah.
So what is the consequence of overparenting?
So you think that maybe this mother overparented and then now this kid is going into your fault because I'm soft.
Yeah, like
now I'm being bullied.
No, like for example, if you have a boy child, right? And they get to 16 and they're maybe not even thinking of going to uni or going to work or anything. anything like that, right? And you're just going, oh no, it's fine, he'll find his way. I shouldn't push him. I shouldn't.
So what about
him.
children?
So then, if you're really firm with your child, regardless of whether there's a father or not, going to school and going to work is important, isn't it? It's something that you should implement in
I said to my
and then
children,
if you don't do that, and then they become like this.
I said to my children,
you know what I mean?
if you don't go to university, I'm disowning you. Simple as well. And I'm not compromising the situation.
And they know you're not going to disown them.
They know I will disown them. Because like you said, it's a boundary. And the boundary is, if you don't go to university, me disowning you, not coming back to my house. If they see on the street, don't even call me mom.
But then,
because I don't know you.
This woman will probably never do that.
Yeah.
Chase my
She's
child
not
away.
feeling guilty.
The way did not have his father. So how am I going to chase my child away?
You know what?
Having been strong like that, like you with your children, is what it should be a non-negotiable. Whether the father is there or not. You are raising a son.
Yeah.
He needs to work.
Yeah.
He needs to
education. Yeah.
Full stop. It's a non-negotiable.
You know what the thing is? The thing that I've actually noticed is that some of these things you need to understand that everybody, including children and parents, you need to take accountability for where you've gone wrong. Because once you start thinking it's everybody else's fault, you find that in life you will think that if you tell yourself that today it's a Monday when it's a Tuesday, and you're believing it, and then somebody else comes and tells you no, today is actually a Monday, you will not even listen to them, because in your head you're thinking you now know it all. So when a child comes to you and starts saying, I've now become this person, honestly, I can assure you there are some people in life, yes, where the parents were so terrible, children turned out to be a certain way, and the children are bitter. Me, I can assure you as a single parent, my children will never come and say, oh my gosh, mom, I became a thief because you taught me. Now he's got his own laws, but at the end of the day, under that roof is your law. And if you know that what you are doing is to better your child's future, don't let the government take over. Because in your house, if you say no boy wearing a dress, that's the law of your house. If social services is there to help you put across what you want. If you go to church in your house, that is a law in your house. Do you understand? Then nobody can come out and say, no, don't tell your child to go to church. That is what we do in my house.
If you know you can't follow, you move up. Go to the government's house. The government can provide for you. Because
there's no what I'm doing. Because I think social services should also be adults. What I am doing is not bad.
Like teachers.
Everything is, but everything at the end of the day is a parent.
No, but okay, so
when I tell my child to go to church, it's not punishment.
But in as much as we can blame the government, right? They have also created a culture of people, and if you know what I'm talking about, right? So those very people now have affected the way, as people who are maybe British African, British whatever, they've affected the way we now have to parent like they do. So if it's happening in Christopher's house,
that's what we're all supposed to. Everything is supposed to be standard across the board, and yet we're raising different children.
So I think they want us to also work with our hands behind our
backs.
Like if
my hands at the front,
but you can't.
My hands at the front.
If I send my child to school, I believe me and the teacher we're working hand in hand to educate this child. So whatever you teach them in school should also come to my house, but I have to agree with what you are teaching my child.
That's what I said.
But you are literally opposing everything. I gave birth to this child, and I am relinquishing my power now to.
That's where we as parents are going wrong.
Because I must be giving you my trust.
No. This is why as parents, your children should come back and talk to you, tell you what they are learning in school, and you need to correct it. But correct it. The same with the example I gave. If I don't say to my child, no, don't be accepting of everything, because yes, someone might have a condition, but it doesn't mean that you have to suffer because someone has a condition.
So, but then.
What I say to my children at school, whatever you learn at school, stay at school. When you no. Apart from maths and English, you bring I'll help you because I'm helping you. But I'm not going to help you to put dress on.
Okay.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Right? I am helping you with the maths and English because that's what you need to do.
I really would like to know how they say, oh, you can wear a dress if you want to.
Sure, they came and said that if you're feeling like a cat today, everybody in the class can call you a cat.
So for my children, I said to them,
tell me where the help is in that.
You see, the problem is the government is making us follow the law.
Yeah.
But then he's not letting the children follow laws in our housing.
So they're basically saying that whatever you're teaching them is
rubbish. Listen to
right. Yes, because only time is good is when I'm saying, okay, it's okay, put the dress on today, you go to school, they say, then I'm working with the government. But then if I'm not saying put the dress on, then I'm not working, then I'm being homophobic. Or do you know the child mental health because you are damaging it? You are damaging it for me.
Do you know one thing that the government
are damaging it for me as a parent as well.
Never mind your mental health.
Right? Because do you know when I decided to have the baby, this is my last thing. When I decided to have my babies, it was between me and my partner. You were not there. Nobody is there. Social service are not there.
I shall raise my child.
I can raise. Is it because? And every day I keep making this point. The government need to make it clear to everybody. If any parent who wants to be controlled by the government, that benefit system you are giving them, let them sign a paper to say this money you are taking, we're going to be controlling you how to raise your children. It should be option.
If we're going to feed you, we control
you. You don't feed me, you control me. You feed me, you control me. So what is the freedom of the speech down there? Every day they go along to say we are in a society that we have freedom of speech. Now we don't have freedom.
We don't have freedom to. We have no freedom to raise our own children.
So what's the human right here? What's the freedom of the speech?
But then also, like, a child is in school for how many hours a day?
6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the how many hours?
It's my time,
but then that 6 hours must control my child for the rest of their life.
24 hours in a day, remember.
But then you know why it's control? Because it's the power they gave it to the children. They said if your mom smack you
called an 0800 number.
And they know the number in the head.
In the head. Even the police now do not even have power because a child will come and they will tell them, go away, sir, don't touch me. Those children know those laws because you've given them and now they are hiding literally behind it. Now nobody has got any power over it. What are you creating there? Little monsters and little shits.
One of my customers' child was doing something. He said, I'm going to call police. He said, you know what, by the way, the police don't know how to do their job. I'm coming to teach them how to do their job because you know they cannot do nothing to me. If they see me, they cannot arrest me. By law, they have no right to touch me.
And I'm paying for the I'm paying.
And this is a 14 or 15-year-old child talking to a parent. Police have no control over me.
But now, if you are walking on the streets now and you saw a bunch of 18-year-old, actually 20 to 30-year-olds, a group of 5 or 10 walking that side, and then you saw a group of 12 to 16 walking on that side. Which side would you rather walk?
I'll be instead of the children's side because they're carrying knives.
There you go. You're better off walking on because we are now a nation where we are scared of our own children, and yet we are supposed to be the adults who are supposed to be controlling the young ones. They'll tell you. That's what we know. That's what we believe is that when a child is misbehaving, you should be able to say, no, this is not right. But at the moment, we don't even know what is right and what is wrong anymore because the government, what they're saying is wrong. We're thinking.
By the way, my point is, but the problem now is, it's not me and you who are going to suffer in this situation. The government and the children are going to suffer because at the end of the day, you are raising lazy children. You are raising irresponsible children. You are raising confused children. You are raising because the highest mental health children are age of 20 onward. So 20 years you have mental issues. And in God say you are willing to live up to 70 something. So 40 something years of your life is gone. Just like that. Because of the government wrong choices is making because you have power over me. But
when they mess up our children, they are now our responsibility.
Because it's
what is going viral at the moment on TikTok and whatever? Is it not scooters in London stealing mobile phones?
And then when they're identifying that child, a black whatever. When they were describing that boy from Zimbabwe, he's a
British born illegal or illegal immigrant.
But then sometimes I don't blame them, blame the parents, because we need to teach our children where they
No, because we would have stopped. Because the problem is the way we have been powerless to. That's why I keep saying that even though the government has got its law, do not lower your standards in your house. If you are going to have African laws in your house where your child does not talk to you when they're standing up, when the child has got to do the dishes, whether it's legal or not legal in this country, that's what you do in your house, because that is your territory.
I think this is why I agree with the way
Nigerians
people,
like my
Ghanaian,
like my household, my 14-year-old daughter will see him, he will go and do the dishes. She will see my dish, she will clean it. So this is the law we make now. Say you want to live in this house as a lodger, I will treat you like a lodger. So now,
you buy your own damn food.
Yeah, you're gonna buy your own food with your own money and make your own cooking, and then I will do my dishes. Because you cannot see my dishes and say, oh, because it's not my mess, it's my mom's mess, my sister's.
But do you know what? Let me tell you what. You know, that 14-year-old attitude is the same attitude a grown man had. A grown man said to me one day, oh my gosh, the door is squeaking. And I was like,
Thank you so much for watching, and please
subscribe.
A lot of people are still waiting for me to send them the link. If you subscribe, automatically you will get it. And you know what? I'm surprised. The subscribing is a little. We haven't even hit 20. It's free. Where is the support? As we send to a lot of people, amount of customers I have, they're more than 100. And then you're gonna tell me only 20 people can subscribe, less than that. Come on, what is the support we're talking about? I'm not begging you, but I'm just making it real. I'm just making it
Don't make me threaten you.
What is the support here?
Yeah.
What is the support we're talking? And then when we are not driving right, we say, oh, the white people make us. No, use your common sense, please. Oh, no, this one's going to be fun.
I don't know.
Okay.
Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Mwah.